Hello, everyone. My name is Marcus Beam, and I would like to thank my audience for listening with me today. I am here to give a speech about the inclement weather. Now, the weather, I know everyone is tired of it. We are currently under a winter weather advisory for everyone in our area that goes for Charles, Prince George's, Montgomery, St. Mary's counties, even up to Baltimore County and up toward Hagerstown. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a low pressure system that comes from the western part of the country that sweeps across the Midwest and through the South and comes up the Atlantic seacoast. Now, what this is going to do is cause us to have anywhere from 8 to 12 inches of snow. Now, that 8 to 12 inches of snow will stick because we're going to have temperatures below freezing, which will be around anywhere from 10 to 16 degrees overnight. I predict that there will be school closings as long as the weather does do what it's supposed to do. Now, along with the school closing, I predict the government will also close. Now, I know some people will say, well, the weathermen are always wrong, and why should we listen to them this time? The reason we should listen to them this time is because we have seen what this storm has done to other places like Nashville and Kentucky and West Virginia. So the storm is definitely headed our way. Now, once the storm gets here, we have to make sure that we are prepared. So what I would suggest is you go to the store, get everything you need. If you know any elderly, make sure they're all taken care of. If you have any pets, bring them inside the house. Because once this storm hits, you will not be able to go outside. Driving will be hazardous. VDOT, MDOT, all the different transportation agencies from around the Maryland, D.C. area has told us you should not go outside at this time. Now, if you're an essential employee and you have to go at this time, I would suggest that you give yourself extra time. Now, with this extra time, you will be able to drive slowly. Make sure you clear off all the snow off the top of your car because it's actually against the law to leave snow on top of your car so it flies back on other cars. Now, once you do arrive in your place, just know that you may not be able to leave once you get there if the roads really get dangerous and there's a ban on all driving, which could happen with the state of emergencies being issued. Now, the best way to get around this storm is really just to stay in place. The storm is a quick moving storm. It's only going to last from about 7 p.m. to about 7 a.m. That's 12 hours. That's in the evening. It's on a holiday weekend, so hopefully there won't be as much traffic on the roads. Now, once we get past the 7 o'clock mark, things are going to deteriorate very quickly. So what I would suggest is you get inside the house, stay there, watch a movie, do some homework or whatever else you have to do, and just wait till the next morning. The next morning, you'll have to dig out. Now, along with this, even the next day, we are also supposed to have maybe a clipper storm coming through that could provide us with an additional 1 to 2 inches of snow. The snow that is already here on place will probably refreeze overnight because temperatures are going to get down to about 16 degrees. Now, I know once again you're saying, oh, well, once the sun comes out, things will probably melt and everything will be fine. I understand that, but what you're doing is taking a risk of endangering yourself as also as endangering other people. So what I would say is make sure you have the allotted time to get where you go. Now, if things usually takes you an hour to get somewhere, maybe leave an extra hour early to stay 2 hours because driving is going to be moving very slow. And if you try to go fast, there has been a lot of accidents due to people driving too fastly. Now, this weather system, once it leaves here, it's going to go along the coast and go up toward New York and Boston and things like that have already been hit really hard this winter season. But here in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia, this will be our biggest storm of the year. Once this storm is out of here, like I said, we will have to focus on the weather at the end of the week, which will be Wednesday, Thursday, and then we may have another storm come through Saturday. But these storms won't last long, they go through very quickly. In closing, I would like to say, please make sure that everyone pays close attention to the storm and make sure that you do not get in the way of it because otherwise you will have a lot of issues, and if you have these issues, it can cause a lot of danger to you and to other people. I would like to thank my audience for listening to me. Are there any questions? No questions? Okay, I would also like to say that this is Marcus Beeman for oral speech class. Thank you once again.